Hello, fellow followers. Welcome back to Fanzine. Greg here, and today I have for you Linnea Quigley versus Living Dead Media. So it's a very interesting time right now to be a Return of the Living Dead fan. There's a lot of news within the Return of the Living Dead fandom that just is popping up everywhere. I recently covered here on my channel that they found the lost first cut of Return of the Living Dead Part 3 with 8 minutes that had never before ever been seen, and we may or may not be getting a new physical media release of that. And not to toot my own horn, I kind of broke that story before. Well, the director Justin William Ferguson broke the story, but I kind of broke that story before anybody else, before Bloody Disgusting and all of them. But my reach is nowhere near as far or further as theirs. And there's another story within this, like I'm mentioning here, within the Return of the Living Dead fandom that nobody else seems to be talking about or covering as well. But it was recently announced from Linnea Quigley and whatnot that they launched an Indiegogo to do Linnea Quigley's Trash's Revenge, a story within the Return of the Living Dead universe featuring a lot of the cast from the original movie, even the same composer, and this was to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the film, which is next year in 2025. The Indiegogo campaign went up, and then all of a sudden, now it's down. Why is it down, you might add? Well, because there's a little certain, controversy, scam, whatever you want to call it around it. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this up from Linnea Quigley. This is explaining why the Indiegogo campaign has been pulled down. Let's take a listen.
Hi, this is Linnea Quigley, and I have some very important information to tell you, to the fans, to the supporters, about the Indiegogo campaign for Trash's Revenge. The reason our campaign is down right now is because we're investigating a scam that has affected myself and everyone else in the cast and crew responsible for the 1985 film Return of the Living Dead.
Great movie.
Recently, Dragon Studios, the company producing Trash's Revenge, discovered that Living Dead Media had illegally claimed copyright ownership and had been profiting from it for the last 10 years without paying any royalties to us. In response, we have issued a cease and desist. And this is to Living Dead Media. And we are now waiting to have them take the appropriate corrective measures. We are grateful to Dragon Studios for uncovering this issue. We are excited to continue the collaboration with them on Trash's Revenge. Thank you for your continued support, and it's going to be a great project.
I love Linnea Quigley. I've been a huge fan of Linnea Quigley for many, many years, and I've been a huge fan of the Return of the Dead franchise for many, many years as well, too. And this is funny. This is interesting for those of you who may like Living Dead Media. What is this? Well, a year ago this month in July, matter of fact, Bloody Disgusting and many other big horror news outlets reported that Living Dead Media was in the process of rebooting Return of the Living Dead, not remaking it, but rebooting it and setting it within the world of Return of the Living Dead, directed by Steve Walsh. So that was plastered everywhere about a year ago, and it was covered. And also, a little side note here, I actually, I'm a fan of Steve Walsh as well. He did the movies Muck and Kill Her Goats, which I covered a lot of Kill Her Goats on here, and the movie Fog City, which I really did enjoy those movies. But this is something, as a horror fan, as a fan of Linnea Quigley and Return of the Living Dead, that I thought I needed to cover. I wanted to cover here on my channel. Yes, I do cover a lot of physical media because I absolutely love physical media. And I think this physical media and entertainment like this and horror all sort of go hand in hand. And I'm really hoping this can get resolved between the two parties so that we can get some really cool Return of the Living Dead stuff. Because I got to say, even though I'm not someone really for remakes and reboots of classic 80s properties. I don't like that. They're typically not very well done, but who knows how this would turn out. But I absolutely want to see Linnea Quigley's Trash's Revenge be made and the campaign to go back up, because, to have all the, like, Tom Matthews and Miguel Nunez and Mrs. Randolph and the original composers are all involved for a 40th anniversary type movie for the fans, and you know, that just screams to me like something exciting, something I would love to see. And I mean, who doesn't remember the original 1985 Return of the Living Dead? You know, with Linnea Quigley with trash, and she takes her clothes off, and she's pretty much naked the whole movie. I mean, that's very memorable. It's one of the best, if not the best, zombie movies ever made, next to George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. And I've always been a fan of, like I said, I liked Return of the Living Dead. I liked Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I liked Return of the Living Dead Part 3. 4 and 5 sucked. And it would be kind of nice, you know, now if done right, and it seems like it's being done right on the Linnea Quigley's end, and it could be done right on Steve Walsh's end too. We don't know. We don't know the whole story behind all this. But it would be nice to, you know, maybe to have something where they can make up for the last 2 entries of the Return of the Living Dead franchise. And I really don't know who owns all the rights. I don't know who owns. I know Dan O'Bannon did the original and everything, but all I know is that this is a very interesting time to be a Return of the Living Dead fan. I'm very curious as to why a lot of big horror news outlets, Fangoria, Bloody Disgusting, isn't covering this. I really don't understand why some of these stories aren't being covered. It's weird as a horror fan myself, but I saw this and I thought, man, what is going on? This is like something just has exploded within the Return of the Living Dead world, and it's like it's an exciting time as well, sort of, to be a fan. And I really want to see this 40th anniversary of Return of the Living Dead, Trash's Revenge, Linnea Quigley come about. And you know, I'm very interested. This is, you know, this is a legal battle. This is something that we see a lot here with like not the same, but like Friday the 13th had a legal battle, and even Nightmare on Elm Street had a legal battle with Wes Craven's estate and everything, sort of how they got the rights. And personally, I will say this, because like I said, I'm not a fan of reboots and remakes and all that. I think sometimes it's okay to let things end. You know, I don't need another Nightmare on Elm Street. I actually kind of would like a Friday the 13th Part 13, because there's been 12 of them, and that's really the only reason I wouldn't like modern themes into that. But I think that actually needs a 13th franchise. We don't need any more Halloweens. We don't need any more Halloweens. But I will say that the Trash's Revenge interests me, and I want to see that get made. And I hope you know, the Living Dead Media and Dragon Studios and Linnea Quigley can get this all worked out, and amicably, if I'm saying that right, you know, because like I said, I'm a fan of Steve Walsh too. You know, I'm a fan of his movies that he makes. But it's weird, you know. I was always curious about the copyright with the Return of the Living Dead, and well, now we know there's something fishy. You know, we'll see how this plays out. Hopefully, if there's any more go updates, any more updates on the story, I will cover them for you if you guys want me to. You know, if you guys dig this video and you want me to cover more of this stuff, I will cover this. This is very interesting to me. But let me know what you guys think about this. Sound off in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you guys want to see Trash's Revenge, this project, take off and the 40th anniversary celebrated in that way with the original cast in this movie? Do you want to see the Living Dead reboot, remake? Let me know all that in the comment section down below. And you know, if you liked what's still here, maybe consider hitting that like button or subscribing and hitting that bell for notification. That would be awesome if your guys' subscriptions, or possibly share the video out for everybody to see, because I may not break news often, but I feel like I'm breaking a little bit of news every once in a while, or at least covering it. I shouldn't say breaking it, but covering it before some others. But share the video out for everybody to see, or join and become a channel member, because that would help on my channel immensely. Thank you. Shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for being channel members here and for all your support. And to everybody watching, whether you liked me, hated me, or liked this video, or hated this video, I thank you for sticking this long wherever you all are. Please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Always support physical media, because it truly is the superior format. Godspeed.